control so glorious. So when we rising to the top, yeah. It's our moment, our spot, yeah. So when we rising to the top, yeah. I'm feeling glorious. I'm feeling glorious. I'm feeling glorious. I was feeling in my stomach when I was victorious. Remember me as the greatest, need a statue memorial. They can hide my hustle if I drop a tutorial. Don't ask me if I win cause I'm fashion editorial. My stories about greatness, I need an editorial. Don't cross the line cause I'm territorial. This is not love, this is not moratorium. Even at an offset I'm taking on. Gotta win, gotta get my point across. The lessons is the only thing I learned from loss. So security had a pants cause I am the boss. I only had cricket, it's just that I couldn't win until I actually did it. Got the game in the palm of my hands, I need a acrylic. More baby girls, even if it's last minute. Moment outside, we gotta see the moon out here. All eyes on gold. Movies out of control, so glorious. When we rising to the top, yeah. It's our moment outside, yeah. So when we rising to the top, yeah. I'm feeling glorious, I'm feeling glorious. Don't underestimate me. Crown will expedite me. The game's in my hand, I'm holding it tightly. If you wanna share, then do it like me. It's psychological, winning is in my psyche. If doors close, I can't get over like it's tight. I'm hitting every point, I do it precisely. At the top of the game, that's like I already know. I'm motivated, gotta keep pushing. I know that they want me to fall. Even if I hit it at the end, I'm a ricochet. That's the only thing you do when you hit in the wall. Yeah, I'm feeling glorious, and I'm standing on my accolades, feeling like 10 feet tall. I look fear in the eyes, better know that I'm taking it all. Better know I'm taking it all.
We in the building. We here. The villain is here. We are here on the WWE Backstage Business Executive View podcast. I have taken over. I do love Sirius, but nowadays I hate you, Sirius. No, I'm kidding. That's our boy, but he couldn't come today. He had to work. Yeah, how you gonna get fired on your day off? It don't make no sense. But we here holding it down in the Backstage Business. I don't do this by myself. I got the first lady of Executives View, the queen herself, Miss Stacey. What's going on, Stacey?
Hey, peeps. Happy to be home. Happy to be here as always.
Absolutely. And our dear friend who is not a guest, he is one of us. He is down with the crew. We love him to death. AB, Aaron in the house, and representing that No Deep Thought podcast. And what's going on, baby?
What's going on, guys? Thanks for having me once again. I always enjoy my time with you. Let's rock.
Let's rock and roll, man, because we got bills to pay. Listen, it's been a crazy week. I was able to drop in. The talented Mr. Ripley was able to annoy everybody on AB's show, even the guest there. I was vilified at the end. They changed my name. They knew my name. They knew who I was. They knew I'm Mr. Ripley. But it was a lot of fun being on that show. We talked about a lot of good things, and leading up to this week, we talked about Money in the Bank. It was a solid pay-per-view. It could have gone a lot of different ways, but I think it ended up pretty great. But now we're heading into Night of Champions and heading into the Midsummer Classic, you can call it, right? So, we got Queen and King of the Ring, but obviously one of the things that happened this last Monday night, which Monday night show, in my opinion, was probably one of the weaker on Netflix this year. Everything was trying to hit and it just didn't hit all the way. But, I think the whole night kind of got downed when Liv Morgan went down with an injury. And definitely it was unfortunate. And I'm trying to do this thing. I hate doing this. I don't like doing this thing. I like doing this. It was a terrible injury. The match barely got going. I think it was about 30 seconds in. A freakish accident. Tried to brace herself going down to the mat, separate her shoulder. the news came out that she's going to be out for a lengthy period of time. So that came out like not too long before we started our show. So Stacey, I'll start with you. How can this injury impact Raw? You know, it's unfortunate. Prayers up for Liv. Talk about all angles that you want to hit on this.
I mean, it really changes so many things. I mean, you feel like you think about the tag team first, right? Her and Raquel hold the belts, and they let them retain the belts and didn't take the belts off of them when she went to film. So this really puts them in a position where they can't keep them. They have to. So they could do one of two things. We could have a Naomi scenario where Roxanne fills in for Liv, and it's Raquel and Roxanne. Or they could take the titles off of them altogether and do some sort of attorney to see who gets the next belts. But even deeper than that, I mean, we know we've been seeing the groundwork being laid for Judgment Day, where the fractures happen, and we were hoping that it would build to a Demon Finn and Roxanne versus Liv and Dirty Dom, and they're going to have to put that on hold indefinitely. I mean, there's just no way to carry that long term. So if that was going to be the fracture that gave us Dom and Finn, they're going to have to rethink that a little bit, only because Liv's not going to be there to play. I mean, it could be Roxanne, but I think it had a lot more levity to it when you had the Liv Roxanne feud going. So it'll be interesting to see it. I mean, it changes quite a bit because she and Rhea are the mains. I mean, if you think about that, Liv has been carrying a lot for a while. So for her to be gone, that's a big spot to fill on Monday nights.
Yeah, I mean, she's probably. I mean, Liv is your top heel on the show by far. You know, they were going a lot of different directions with her, bringing her in with the Bella feud. Now that's on hold. The implosion within the Judgment Day, that's on hold. I think there's, to your point, there's angles that you can play with the Judgment Day and string it out, but you know, it just puts a lot of those storylines on the back burner. I think you can pivot in some creative ways, but it's unfortunate when your top star took that time off to film a movie, came back, and now she's gone again. AB, I mean, what was your thought? Go ahead, Stacey, if you want to.
I was just going to say, they're starting to build for Evolution, right? We are building for the first in a while women's PLE, and you know she was going to be an integral part of that, and that's going to have to be really rethought quickly.
Yeah, quickly. Absolutely. It's unfortunate. Now it's like, what do you do? Where do you go from here? What did you think about the unfortunate events that happened with Liv Morgan, and where can they go from here?
Well, like you said, it happened so fast, and you never want to see anybody get injured. And just to Steve's comment he just made, Liv is one of the cogs that make that wheel go around. There's a lot of talent, but Liv is one of the main focus pieces. So the silver lining, I guess, is the best term I'm looking for. There's enough talent to fill the void. This might give them a chance to push the reset button with Liv when she comes back. Yeah. Maybe she's just going to come in and just run roughshod and destroy the Judgment Day altogether. Like, there's so many different ways they can turn it. But I think this is the best time now to really, like Stacey's point, you know, you see the chinks in the armor. It just be done already. That they're dragging this out way too long. They have an excellent opportunity now to somehow, some way, however long she's going to be out, to just break that apart. But, you know, you've got Roxy. Stacey had a good point. I thought the same thing the other night. Roxy could fill in. Roxy by proxy, I guess, if you want to put it that way. But I don't know. I think they should strip them. I'm not a fan of Raquel Rodriguez that much. I just never was. I don't see where she's – Liv brought her up, and she just never rose to that level where Liv was. Without Liv, she's nothing. So I think they just pull the titles, maybe have some sort of champions tournament like they did with the Queen of the Wing or whatever they're going to do. But I don't necessarily think this injury is a bad thing. It's bad for Liv, but it also gives them a chance to do some more creative stuff with the women's division. And we know, as talented as they are, they're carrying the show right now. So they're carrying the whole company. That's just how I see it. So, but I think addition by subtraction, see what happens from here.
Yeah, I mean, there's always not a silver lining in an injury, absolutely, to your point, but there's always an opportunity for somebody to rise to the occasion. Maybe Raquel can rise to that occasion, right? You know, we'll see how that, you know, how that works out. I got to put that out there. It's fun. Shout out to Steven.
It's always something.
It's always about the margaritas.
We can't get away from it.
I think this is an opportunity for Roxy to take her spot in a lot of different ways.
Yeah.
She could take her spot in the tag titles. If you want to keep it on there, she could take her spot in the Judgment Day, in the Judgment Civil War, and then she could take her man. She could take Dirty Tom, get all the chicken tendies you want, and then you have something to build a nice little rivalry. Because I think Liv is a really good heel, but I think the crowd wants to cheer her too because she is that good. She is really talented. So now you have an opportunity to bring her back. She's going to come back as a face until you flip her. So you have an opportunity to do that. I think now, especially with the Judgment Day, Carlito's gone. And now you got Liv gone, so there's not a lot of angles to play with. It's going to be the power struggle between Finn and Dom. Dom and Raquel try to keep the old way, of Liv calling the shots, and then you got Finn, bringing in Roxanne, like, hey, we got better things to do. So I think it's going to be interesting, but I agree with you. I really hope that they do something with these tag titles because it's been a joke.
Yep.
There's just nothing that they've done with it. I don't know what it is with tag titles in Raw. I don't know what it is. It's just an utter train wreck. But yeah, they got to do something.
We were spoiled with the division way back in the day.
For sure.
Yeah.
It's really what it is.
It's interesting to think about when Liv comes back, her coming back as a face, because we can't have a Rhea and Liv face both on Raw. We just can't. And we've got Stephanie there now that we're just too face heavy anyway. Who would be the hardcore heel? Roxanne can't carry that. She can't. She's not that heel. So we've got Becky there too, but she can't cover the gamut of everybody, right? So they're going to have to think about the long play when Liv comes back, if she is going to be a face, what that looks like for our ladies division on Raw. Does she get moved to SmackDown? Do we do some moves? Like, does something have to happen? Because you can't have the two biggest faces on Raw for women's both face at the same time.
Bring back the
you
draft.
got faces on SmackDown too, though, right? Like you got some good faces on there. So Bianca will be back. But to your point, you got a lot of faces on Raw now. You got Lyra, you got Bailey now, you got Io, who hasn't done anything with the belt since Mania. Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
She hasn't defended it once.
Nothing.
Not once. So it's really frustrating to me to look at Bailey coming back. That's going to be a nice little feud, but Mommy is almost being sidelined and having nothing to do because they just haven't done anything with this title. Yeah. So I think they're going to jumpstart it with Night of Champions and getting into SummerSlam. But it's been a while. What are you doing? So we'll see. But I agree with you. I think something's got to give. You can't have too many faces on there, not enough heels to go after.
100%.
Then you got La Primera. Ain't nobody booing her.
She's on fire. She is red hot.
I told you, like, that's Steve's girl, and she brings it every night. I thought her match was a little sloppy, the fatal four way, but I think that might have been a little bit of unfamiliarity between some of the ladies, but you could just see like that devil's kiss off the apron. God, she just gets it. She's here. She's here.
Yes.
Now you just got to figure out what to do with her.
To stay.
Yes.
Yeah. So we'll see how that goes. But prayers up to Liv. We don't. It's unfortunate. You don't want injuries to happen.
No.
But I'm sure they'll figure it out. If Triple H's time couldn't get any worse, you got Liv going down, and then Goldberg. I don't know how. I don't know. I think they pumped like noise into the arena to get a reaction when he came out. Like, I feel bad for Gunther because it's like he only you can tell he only got the belt so that he can put the belt up against Goldberg at Saturday Night Main Event. Like,
yeah.
The whole presentation of it was just trash. Like him coming down to the ring, doing his super kick or whatever, and then limping into the ring. It was pretty bad. Barely could walk. I mean, it was just terrible to watch. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. He gets into the ring and like gives himself a title match.
Yeah.
Is that what we're doing now? Like you
Well,
got a
I
king of the ring.
mean, Rhea set that precedent. Just saying.
Yeah, but I mean, Rhea's been here. This guy, this is a retirement tour. Like, what are we talking about? You haven't done anything. You just come back and give
Right.
yourself a title shot. You got King of the Ring going on to give somebody a title shot. You just had Money in the Bank, and then well, you know what? I'm just coming back from my retirement tour. I'll give myself a title shot. You're next.
Well, but I
you're
said
next, bro.
yeah.
Bro.
But we talked about the last Saturday night main event. They're always going to put matches on there that are gentle, that are not going to be hardcore. And we
Yep.
talked about that with R-Truth and Cena because it's regular TV, it's old school TV. And so they're going to give him his final match on a gentle show. So he has to do nothing. And
Yeah,
I feel
because
so
that's all
bad
he's
for
got
Gunther
left.
because Gunther is again, Gunther has to be the one to do it. But it's funny because when they stand there talking, it reminded me of like my cranky next door neighbor who's like ancient of days that's mad because somebody's on his lawn. So he's out there yelling at the kids on his lawn. That's the whole vibe that it gave me. And I was like,
God.
oh my gosh, he's going to get the hose out and hose him. That's
Yeah. It was pretty bad. I mean, honestly, I've never seen. I don't know. Like you see some guys come back and it feels good but like we knew this was coming. It was rumored. I think I think you had messaged in our group chat that he'll probably be there tonight, so it wasn't a big surprise. But then when he came out, it was a complete eye roll. Like I just couldn't take it. It just the quick promo. I think the promo lasts longer than the match. And that's not saying much, you know what I mean? Like, good.
I think so. Here's what I'm thinking. This is again, I'm the wild conspiracy guy. So what if they bring this dude back to win the championship? And here's why. Listen to me. Vince McMahon is the oldest WWE champion in history at 54 years old. Goldberg is 56. You erase Vince's record.
Yep.
You let Seth come in and cash in on Goldberg. Now you have the title on Seth. Sets up a whole bunch of other feuds.
Wow.
You've successfully taken the strap off of Jay, and Gunther can eat the pin.
Jay doesn't deserve this. I mean, like I almost feel like Rikishi right now. Like
Jay doesn't deserve it. But I'm telling you, I think they're going to put him and Jimmy back together to start getting that tag team division back in line. That's
the
just my
division
thoughts.
is fine. It's the Raw one that sucks. But that
Correct.
Yeah.
But then you're going to put him on Raw and let him fight, let him go. But I honestly thought about this the other day and I looked it up. Vince was the oldest champ at 54. What better way for TKO to get rid of that record and erase Vince from the history books? Goldberg's your oldest champion for about 10 seconds. Seth comes out. Those three goons with his beat the shit out of him. Pin him. 1, 2, 3. Seth's the champ. All's right in the world.
Yeah,
but nobody knew about that record until you mentioned it. Nobody remembers that. I mean,
but
it's almost
they
like
do.
Flair,
they
nobody
do.
mentions him. I know it's bad. That's Stacey. What are we doing here?
I mean, that's a solid play, Aaron. It makes sense because, they got to let him do something, right? This is his last match. And we don't care. I mean, I put in the group chat, like the best sign of the night was you're washed up, Goldberg. Like it was right there. I was like, somebody just makes sense. So they have to do something. And we've been talking about this for a while. Like Seth wants that belt. It didn't make sense for it to be Seth and Gunther because Gunther is a heel. And we wouldn't have the level of buy-in to that. But it makes sense to give Seth the Money in the Bank so he can cash in, because we've all talked about that. We know Money in the Bank is going to cash in quickly because we've got so long to wait for next year. They don't want us to think about this. Right. So the sooner they can get both of those cashed in, the more we can move on, because I mean, we're talking road to SummerSlam anyway, right? So the sooner that Seth gets the belt, the sooner we can set up a big match for him for SummerSlam. So that's a solid play. It makes sense.
Yeah, but it makes Gunther look bad. You put the strap on him to just drop it to Goldberg. Like that makes him look worse than his whole title reign.
Who does it make him look worse though? Jimmy or Jay or Gunther?
Mm-hmm.
Who's going to recover quicker from it?
For real? And who?
I don't know.
We could not have seen a Jay. Honestly, think about that. Gunther can at least carry this match. Jay would not have been able to pull off a Goldberg Jay match. Couldn't.
No,
he
there's
didn't
not
have
a
the ability.
like and you have to. It's like the old Ric Flair adage: I can take a mop out of the closet and work a 30-minute match. You can't even do that with Goldberg at this point.
And that's why it's Gunther. That's why it's him.
Mhm.
And it can't be. Look, we talked about. I did not like their WrestleMania match, Jay and Gunther. It was like it just made me feel icky. So even though this match is going to be terrible, it's an end. It's an end to a means. Yeah, I mean, it means to an end. It just makes sense. Wow, Aaron, I think it's solid. I think we're all going to hate it. I think we're all thankful that it's on Saturday Night Main Event instead of Night of Champions, because it's not a Night of Champions match at all.
We've gone through this in Saudi Arabia with this guy. We don't need another one.
Yep.
But
so put on the Bacon Show.
I did it have to be for the belt? Did it really have to be?
Sure, because then Seth gets it.
Ask yourself, why is it for the belt? Stacey's got it.
I know.
The only way to spin it.
I totally understand. I'm with you.
Everybody in the country right now or world is going to watch this match is going to expect Goldberg to lose to Gunther. So no one's going to want to watch this. They're going to start planting seeds somehow, some way that maybe he's going to win, and then.
Well, he wins because maybe they run out again. Seth's faction runs out and whoops up on Gunther, so then he doesn't look weak. They wreck him. He takes a couple of solid spears and a couple tsunamis, and Goldberg wins. And then they take the belt off of him. And that way Gunther doesn't look weak. And then also Gunther gets a chance to take a break because he's been going for a while. So now he can take a little bit of time off if he takes a beating.
Him and Jay both need a break after the 3,000 matches together.
And then what happens with Seth? Then you build up Seth and Roman?
Whatever. Yeah, you can do Seth Roman SummerSlam.
We got a SummerSlam. We've got to start playing the SummerSlam, y'all. It's June. We got a month and a half, 2 months.
No doubt.
Yeah.
You
got to start building that up. I mean, there's a lot of ways you can go to your point, but I mean, it's interesting what they're doing. I just feel bad for Jay. I felt like he deserved a better shake. I don't want to sound like Rikishi, but I to my point is, why would you take the belt off him to give it to whoever? And I know where you guys are going. I agree with you. I know that's the likely path that to least resistance that you have to go through.
They did it for The Rock. They did
it for The Rock. They did it for the family. Yeah, so it is what it is. But I mean, you got the semifinals on both sides of the King and Queen of the Ring. So I mean, on the men's side, I mean, we were just talking about it. It's interesting how I feel like what they're setting up is definitely it's going after Cena. Night of Champions, obviously you got the big match with Punk and Cena, which we'll talk about. I want to talk about that because they're cooking. CM Punk is a national treasure, and let's pivot because I want to talk about his promo on SmackDown because we'll get to King and Queen in the Ring, but his promo,
just like my show, we're all over the place. I love it.
I love it. That we're here. I mean, I just loved how Cena is leaning into that heel, and now he's got somebody on the mic that can go toe to toe with him, and outplayed him. When he said, "You sound a lot like me," and then now you had the edits of how it just listen. I was there, the tail end of my WWE run. WWE run, right? But I was when I worked at WWE was when CM Punk dropped the pipe bomb and started to really blow. And, it was as real as it got that they really, they did that deal at the stroke of midnight to get him to stay. But there was speculation. Like, we didn't know if he was going to lay down or not, if he was going to leave with the belt or not, and he was going to ruin wrestling and all that stuff. So a lot of that was storyline, but a lot of that was real. And they did that deal last minute, right? But now you got it flipped on its ear. CM Punk is the hero going into somewhere he never thought he would go. He was like, I'll never go to Saudi Arabia. It's discussing the money grab. And, here we are. He's going to Saudi Arabia for the fans, for the people. So, I mean, Aaron, talk to me about how that promo and how this match is building, because we got a quick turnaround, but I think they've built it because you got history.
I just hate it because it's going to be such a short feud. They deserve more time, and you know that Punk's not winning.
Yep.
I think Punk, as you said to Jay, Punk deserves a better shake with this one. I honestly wish that Punk was the one to dethrone Cena, just because it would come full circle. The pipe bomb, you sound like me. Now, see, Punk is just coming back and taking out his old self, kind of a redemption story. So I like the promo. I love Punk on the mic. He's gold. Probably the best person in the mic right now. But I'm disappointed because they're just getting such a short time to do this. I wish they had more time. I wish this was a build from now to SummerSlam, not now from 2 weeks from now, because the promos alone would be amazing.
That's a TKO problem. That's TKO trying to. They're what, $3 billion in the hole. They're trying to just stuff you with PLEs, every other week, essentially. But I mean, you're right. I wish there was. That's the only thing I can agree with you, EB, that we're not getting enough time with these guys because they deserve more time. But then I don't want it too drawn out either. Stacey, talk to me about Punk and Cena.
I mean, the promo was fire. I mean, you can't beat Punk with a mic. Like, I think he could give us an hour promo and we would still be sitting on the edge of our seat waiting to hear what he was going to say next. But I agree with Aaron. Like, at this point, the most frustrating thing that we've talked about consistently is this retirement tour is just boring. It's frustrating because it's like we're getting little bitty baby feuds that you get 3 weeks and then on to the next person, right? It's on to the next person, on to the next person. And now it's Punk's turn. I mean, we felt Randy Orton was too early. We already finished Cody. Now we're at Punk, and we've got the little baby things that happen on SmackDown with Cody and Punk that are like, we can't avoid each other forever. Mm-hmm. Great. Throw us that little tidbit for the future, but we still have to go through the ache and this retirement tour. I mean, the only thing that could redeem this for me is if we're going to get Punk and Cena a little longer. Like, maybe if this is just the start of a few PLE main events, like maybe they do go back for SummerSlam and maybe he does lose the belt, something, because I keep thinking, who's next after he beats Punk in Saudi Arabia? Who's the next person we're going to see on this tour? Because it's just so boring. I mean,
it's Cody though. It's Cody.
Well, your next feud is going to be whoever wins the King of the Ring,
right?
And you've got 4 guys right now,
right? But then we know that then when that happens at SummerSlam, we know Cena's going to win, right? So I mean, they're not going to take the belt off of him, right? That's part of his whole shtick. This whole I'm going to reign wrestling and I'm going to retire with it. And I mean, think about this. I was surprised, and I know we're talking about this. So Cena was on Raw. He was on SmackDown. He's got a match next week on SmackDown with R-Truth. So those are 3 appearances. That takes us down to 14. So he has 14 appearances between now and the end of the year, and we're in June. So he may not make it to the end of the year.
It's either that or we're going to see him less and less after SummerSlam.
Yeah,
I mean, they're going to have to, because
that's why I'm saying he'll drop it at SummerSlam.
I don't think he's going to drop it, but I think, to Stacey's point, I think they realize that this retirement tour is stale. I'm thinking we're leaning towards a Cena turn at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I think it's got to come at some point, and I think Punk dropped the seeds. Try to reason with him, try to get him to see the light. And you want these people to cheer you on your way out and all that kind of stuff. So I think it's got to happen at some point. I think R-Truth is, or Ron Kelly's, is a blessing in disguise. But I really think that SummerSlam is where he's got to drop the belt and kind of ease off. I really think it's going to be Cody that does it to him. But I mean, I think Do you think he can put? I think John and CM Punk can put on a really good match at Night of Champions because I think CM Punk is one of the
He's
best
going to
in
have
the
to
world.
carry it. He's going to have to carry
He's
it.
going to
'Cause
carry it. He's gonna
Cena
do the
just
work.
looks so out of sync still
Yes.
with his work. But I'm going to hit this one more time. I wish that this was like a feud from Rumble to Mania. That's the timeline this deserves.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. It deserves more time to breathe. But then again, you don't want too much time to breathe because Cena can't carry it. He can carry it on the mic. He can't carry it in the ring.
Right.
So you're kind of stuck. You're stuck in that middle ground.
Right, but then he turns or he drops the belt and he turns, right? He goes back to face. We're still doing the same thing between now and the end of the year. It's just tears and happiness and parades of joy and, yay rah. No more, Cena sucks or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's still kind of the same thing. I mean, he's not going to lose a match until his last one.
But what if he turns and then drops this whole I'm only going to be around for 12 more dates kind of thing? Maybe they're running into that and seeing, hey, we're running out of time with you. We got to kind of shift and pivot just a little tiny bit and bring you out more. Do you know they're making money off this?
Oh, yeah.
They're
going to want to hit their cash cow a little bit more, shake that tree. So maybe that's what they do. I don't know.
It'll be interesting when and where, because he has to, but when and where is he going to do it and to who? That's why I think the King of the Ring is really interesting because it's all baby faces. It's set up to be Gunther on in gold one side, but really a baby face going in and challenging Cena because Cena's laid those groundworks. Like, send me your best, send me your dead and tired, whatever you want to call it. You got Sami Zayn. You got Randy Orton. I've been watching Santino all day. So Randy Orton.
John Cena.
I shoot the lasers from my hand.
I love that guy. Robbie, what's going on, dude?
He is nothing like his character. I met him in the office, and I'm like, I didn't even realize it was him. Like, he's so quiet. He's such a humble, nice, like, it's insane. Like, it's just he gets on the mic, he gets in front of the camera, and something comes out of him. Santino is the best. So really super nice guy. Love him to death. But yeah, you got Randy Orton, you got Colby Rhodes, and Colby Rhodes, and then Jey Uso. So it'll be Sammy versus Randy, and then you got a pretty decent match in Cody Rhodes versus Jey Uso. So, I mean, Stace, what do you think? Who comes out of these four and then heads to essentially SummerSlam to face John Cena?
I mean, I'll tell you who I want it to be. I think we got robbed in St. Louis. I think that, we talk about it should be Cody take the belt off him at SummerSlam. I don't think it is. I think the play is Randy Orton. I think we have always talked about that, one of the two options that we thought for his final match or one of his final matches should be Orton or Punk, right? Mm-hmm. We're about to get Punk. I think that it makes sense to bring Randy Orton in and he wins and he goes to SummerSlam and he gets 15. I think he gets 15. I don't think the play is Cody.
Okay. I really honestly do, because Cody, why wouldn't he? Like, he deserves it as much as anybody. So why wouldn't he get a shot at the title? He never got his rematch. I know it's a thing, like, like the rematch clause kind of is being relaxed a lot. It's not a thing anymore, but it's like,
well, I'll tell you why. Because we're seeing this, and Aaron, I know you and I are tracking on this. We're seeing the slow drips for the Cody Rhodes turn. And I think that you don't give Cody the belt back.
The slander.
Double turn at SummerSlam.
You saw what I sent today. I heard crickets when I sent that Cody Rhodes thread today in the chat. I'm just saying.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, but it makes more sense because if you think of timing left, Randy Orton does not have much time left. The three oldest wrestlers we have are R-Truth, John Cena, and Randy Orton. And we see consistently across the board that his time is limited. So Cody's got time. Why do we give it right back to Cody? Why don't we build this so it goes to Randy Orton? He has another title run. We see the Cody turn, and then Randy's last match next year is Cody Orton. How amazing would that be?
I don't think you're going to see Randy retire that soon. I think Randy's going to stick around long enough to break Cena's record.
I would love that so much, but I think it starts at SummerSlam.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Three title shots, three title runs.
I think Orton's going to re-up for another 3-4 years, and then he's going to retire. He's the Iron.
How old is Randy right now?
I don't know. I'll look it up.
I was going to say I was looking up, but I know he's one of the top 3, right?
Yeah.
So why give it back to Cody?
Randy's 45.
He deserves it.
45.
So does Randy Orton.
No. I think yes, he does. Yes, he does.
So he does too. And the reality is Cody's got a little more time. And I think too, the rematch, if we would see, which is what we wanted to see, is a true, honest match between Orton and Cena, would be solid. Solid.
I don't think anything with Cena is solid right now. I mean, I think Randy would have to do all the work.
Well,
I'm going to make the case for Randy, though. Randy has been in this company. He's never left.
Yep.
He's never went to another promotion.
Sure.
He didn't stay in Hollywood for a very long time. He went and filmed the movie, came right back. The only time he's really been out is since he's been injured. This dude's a worker, and he's only 45.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So he could put another 3 or 4 solid years in. He could get his title runs and break Cena's record.
I mean, I don't mind him
do it.
Run. I think he deserves it. I think, out of all the guys, you wouldn't said that 15 years ago. Like, he was the biggest jerk you could find, and he's definitely, been among us. He's helped the young guys. I mean, I remember, we talked about it. His matches with Carmelo Hayes were amazing, just how he brought him along. So he's had some really good matches. But to me, I think the money match at SummerSlam, we talk about we don't want to rehash old matches. We don't want to rehash Orton Cena. Why wouldn't we want to do that and then not give us Colby Rhodes and John Cena?
Colby Rhodes and John Cena.
John Cena. I don't know. We can all agree it's not going to be Sami Zayn, because night 2, Sami Zayn versus Cross. That's what we need.
Ooh, finally.
That's what we want. He's coming. Come on.
Mm-hmm.
Come on. Give me Cross. Come on.
Yes.
I mean, he's right there. You got something with him right there, and they just aren't. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know what they're doing. But Sami Zayn, I don't think he's gonna get that shot. Jey Uso is just, I don't know, man. I don't know what they're doing with him. I really don't know.
I think
where does he go from here?
I think they're preparing to give him a break. I think he gets a little time off. I think him and Gunther go for a little bit. You can't.
While he's white hot, you can't give him a break. You can't. You got to yeet 4 letters, 1 word.
And we're not seeing 4 faces in this tournament. Maybe at some point, this is when we see the Sami Zayn turn, and it's Sami Zayn Jey Uso run. It's a feud there. Because we're already dripping it with Cross. We've got the Cross effect in full effect consistently across. Why don't we see Sami Zayn turn and we see a Jey Sami feud right now? Nobody cares if there's a belt involved. That's personal.
We want Sami Cross first. I mean,
we're going to get that.
Okay.
But I mean, we've been dripping it.
This is one of these 4 guys. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
That this is the beauty of this.
You gotta know, AB. Come on, bro.
But this is the beauty of this company right now. Like, one of the good things is you used to be able to predict this shit coming a mile away.
Yeah.
You can't right now. Like, there's so many different ways. Like, I was going with the Sami turn on Jey. I don't have any clue. I'm totally lost on this one. I want to see who's going to be the 2 guys in the finals, but I mean, this could go any which way right now. It's crazy. I'll say this: I don't want to see Cody yet. I don't want to
Agreed.
see Cody yet.
Agreed.
Okay.
Mhm.
All
Agreed.
right. Well, that makes one of us because I do. And I'm the villain, so
Cody needs it.
Yeah, I think he does. I think he does.
That pop that he got. When I was watching Raw and all this
Mhm.
stuff started going on, looked at my buddy that was sitting me, Opie, and I said, "Here comes Cody." Now,
Yeah.
boom,
Everybody
the
knew it was
music
coming.
hit.
Boom.
So I was like, it's there. It's just the seeds are there. But Cody's so hot, like Jay without a belt.
Yeah.
Cody doesn't need it right now. Maybe they give Sammy the rub and feed Sammy to Cena to extend these feuds with the other people. I don't know. When Heyman did say, Sammy, one day you're going to be a champion. So I don't think he's beating Cena, but to put him in the picture and start cheesing him a little bit, Sammy deserves a push a little bit too. Sammy's a worker.
He is. I just don't know. I mean, listen, he got a good run with the IC belt. I think he deserved it. It was a good moment for him. I don't know how far you can take him in the big time. I don't know if he could put butts in seats, but I don't. It's not unbelievable. Like I think he had good matches with Roman. He's had good matches with Gunther. I think he can cook at that level. So we'll see how that goes.
The only issue I have with them. Go ahead.
Go for it. No,
the only issue I have with them doing Cena and Randy again is because they build this as the last time, and when they fought in St. Louis, you're totally negating how you built that matchup.
But
so
they also build the title where he won as the last time.
I agree.
Yeah,
So
I agree. They got to stop saying stuff like that.
if that's the case, then the only play is either Jay or Sami Zayn. If they're going to go by what they've been tracking since January, then it's either Zayn or Uso that wins.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know how an Uso Cena match even makes sense.
No, it's just
it would if you get that clown. Yeah, well, you get that clown shoe back, Logan Paul. That always makes it interesting, but. It's been an enjoyable couple shows without him. What do you say, Stacey?
Yeah, I'm just gonna say if they're tracking what they keep committing to, and he keeps saying it's the last time, then there is no Cody option or Randy Orton option because he said it was the last time for both of them.
Yep. You're looking at Sammy or Jay.
Either they're not an option at all, or they're both an option.
Okay. And then. So on the women's side, I think there's a lot more of like, all right, we don't know where they can go with this. You got Roxanne Perez, who's on fire. Jade Cargill had that was actually a surprisingly good match. Jade, Michin, Piper. I love Piper. I think she works. She's love watching her work. Yeah, she's a worker.
She was the best wrestler in the entire match. She was the most solid of the four in that match.
You could tell she's practiced.
And Nia's come a long way, right? Nia's had a really good year in the ring. Yes. I got to give her credit. She was always good. I think she missed up a little bit, but like for the most part, you could always count at least on your hand how many missteps she has in a match. And I thought she had a pretty good run. So that was actually a surprisingly good match. They all worked pretty well together. And then you got Alexa Bliss. I thought that was a really good match with Charlotte Flair, Fire and company. I was hoping to get Chelsea Green because it annoys Avery so much, but we didn't. That was a good match, Alexa Bliss, and then Ahsoka. I said her name wrong, but I do it all the time. I do it all the time. But she's moving on. Is because I was looking at Star Wars. Asuka, her first. I didn't want to believe that she would win the match when she came because she was coming back, but you knew it was coming because she came back. And why didn't I not want her to win? Because I wanted La Primera.
Yes, agreed. And I got to tell you, just because you come back should not mean that you're going to win, if I'm being honest. She definitely has some ring rust. She did not get like an, oh my gosh, we're so excited Asuka won. It was like, hey, I think you can't put La Primera in the same match as Asuka and expect the crowd to be happy that Asuka wins.
Yeah, it got very little reaction. I felt like their exchange in the middle of the ring was really disjointed.
Yes.
It came down to those two near the end of the match. But I mean, like, I can't take my eyes off of Stephanie Vaquer. And it's not because she's a gorgeous woman. It's because everything she does is really good in the ring. Everything she does.
Yes.
And she doesn't miss a lot of beats. Like her kicks are crisp. Her just like, the double knees in the corner, crisp work. Like that when she had
everything is crisp.
Yeah. She had Asuka in the corner and did the I can't what's her move when she twists the knee, that I can't remember what they call it, but that even looked good, and even like Cole said, thank God that wasn't the bad knee, right? It was just, everything is just perfect with her. So
yeah,
I've been able to call every match, and Avery's like, how did you know? I was like, because I know. It's just I know how to book. You know what I mean? I could be a booker, but she just worked really well. Niall is good. And Mommy coming out, I knew that was coming. Mommy was going to come out and screw over Raquel. Now, I don't know what they're going to do with those two. Maybe they'll probably have another match at Saturday night's main event, make a little money, put a couple butts in seats. But, I think, just to see her face, like, oh, God. It just makes my heart flutter, my girl, Mrs. The talented Mrs.
Your heart flutter?
This is a PJ show. That's Stacey. I was going to say
your heart flutter?
Yes.
Is that what he's referring into as now?
Yeah, because I got Sleeping Beauty here.
Oh, she's out cold.
My bestie's asleep.
She's knocked out. So, yes, you got to be good. It wasn't my heart. I loved it. It was a good match. So now you got Roxanne, and you got Jade. I think that's going to be an interesting match. And then you got Bliss and I don't know, Stacey. Where do you think they go? Who do you think?
Wait, hold on. Serious. I mean, I'm sorry, Barry. You forgot about me this time. You guys do this to me all the time.
I'm sorry.
I feel like the stepchild.
It's because I'm so loud. You're just,
but I got it's Stacey. She knows I love her so much.
Two things I want to hit with this Asuka match. Number one, you're right. I don't like the fact that just because they come back, they're expected to win. And maybe I'm speaking out of place here, but am I the only one that noticed that Asuka kind of looks like a Wish version of Rhea Ripley? Like the face paint, the black, like
yes.
The only thing different was the contacts.
Right, like get yourself a new gimmick. Like you got to get away from this. But I'm disappointed that she won. To be completely honest with you, like just because you're back doesn't mean you should be able to just walk back in and win. Like keep us on our toes. Like as soon as they announced she was, well, there we go. And I really hope. So I'm going to segue into the next portion of this for you. I really hope they don't let her beat Alexa.
I really don't.
Because you're killing her.
Got to be the one to win. She's got to win it all.
I'm gonna tell her this on Saturday when I see her. She better beat Asuka. Oh wait, did I tell you I'm meeting Alexa this on Saturday?
I never heard that. At some point that you were going. I'm so excited for you. You better send lots of pictures.
So here, I'm gonna do a little plug right now. I'm gonna make a couple reels about this, and I'm gonna post them for you guys to put up.
Yeah, what you doing?
Well, anybody that's listening, I was supposed to be there for Sunday as well. I'm not able to be there. So incidentally, I have an autograph ticket for Kevin Owens and an autograph ticket for Damian Priest. If anybody comes and finds me at Fanatics Festival in the Javits Center, I will personally give you the ticket for either autograph or send someone on your behalf to find me, and I will have the autograph sent back to you. But I will not be able to be there.
What time on Saturday?
Come on in anytime you want. So
this is Damian Priest. Oh my God.
Yeah. So I'm going to provide the trading card for him to sign. It's just unfortunate that I have to go back to work on Sunday. I have a long travel day, so I won't be able to stay. But I am able to see Alexa. But if anybody is out there, I'm going to start making some reels and posts tagging Fanatics Fest. So just come find me. I'm going to make sure you're following our shows and make sure you want to tell me why you want to meet these dudes. And I'm going to give you the ticket and I'm going to send you on your way. So just putting it out there.
And then they have to tag you when they take the pictures and post them on social media.
whatever they want to do.
Absolutely.
That's fine.
They have to. They have
So,
to.
I just hope I get to make some little kid's day or somebody's day that's like, I really want to meet this guy and I didn't have the money. Here you go. Enjoy yourself.
You're the
Yeah,
best.
absolutely.
man.
So make sure when you send that, tag us so we can share it. It's a
Got
great
you.
thing that AB's doing.
Yep.
For
You
real.
know, and honestly, it's going to be awesome. But yeah, I agree with you. I think Alexa should come out of this. I wouldn't be surprised if Jade got it, because I think you can always cook with Jade and Naomi. Naomi heel work.
I think the only thing that's going to happen, though, is I think that if you think about Bliss winning, I think it's a better match, Roxanne Alexa.
Mhm.
I think it would be a really amazing match.
Oh, absolutely.
I don't know. I mean, Jade is doing a little better, but I'm not seeing the improvement for her
I'm
to
seeing
carry enough versus Alexa.
I mean, if you could do a match with Nia Jackson, pull that off, I think you're coming a long way. You know what I mean? So, but I agree with you. Roxanne and Bliss would cook at Night of Champions, like absolutely cook. So, I hope that's the route that they go. I mean, is there any dark horse for you guys, Aaron? Is there a dark horse in this one that would make their way to SummerSlam?
I don't think so. I think that's going to be their play, like you said, and I really hope it's Alexa that moves up and just they got to start doing something with her. They dropped the ball with her return at the Rumble. Yes. She's back now. They killed her at Elimination Chamber. You're going to lose some value in this chick. I know she's a good wrestler and she doesn't necessarily need it, but she kind of needs something to elevate her up.
Yep.
I don't, everybody's still talking about this Wyatt stuff. I personally love the idea, but I don't necessarily think it's going to happen at this point, the way they're playing with her.
No. I mean, you know where they're going with Alexa. It's going to be her and Charlotte at some point.
Correct. Yes. They're planting those seeds every week.
That's how you get the titles off of Raquel. you give it to those two. I think that would be interesting with those two. A friend in me. You know what I mean? You have a friend in me.
I don't think they're building to SummerSlam though with this one.
No.
I think we're definitely building for Evolution. I think we're really going to see a lot in the next couple weeks.
I'm so excited.
They're going to go hard about Evolution, and I think that Alexa Bliss winning would be a solid storyline to get into Evolution.
How many matches do you think they're going to put on Evolution?
Oh, that's going to be at least an 8-match card. Yeah. I think that's going to be a long night.
I think they're going to put, and I think it'll be cross brands too. We're going to see NXT. We're going to see Red and Blue. We might see a little dabble of TNA. I think they might pull a little bit of the Latina card from Worlds Collide.
AAA.
I think we're going to really see some amazing some legends come back. I think they're going to make this a star-studded event.
This is going to challenge a Mania card.
They're going to pull it off.
No doubt.
I think you get TNA. I think you bring them in a battle royal. I think you can bring AAA in through a battle royal, and then you get some NXT talent in there. So I think a battle royal will be one way they get a lot of people on the card. I think you get Nikki Bella is obviously going to have to work. I don't know what they're going to do. Maybe they bring in Roxanne Perez to take Liv's place in that little mini feud that they built. And I hear rumors that her sister might be coming back too. So that might be interesting. But I mean,
it's a tag team thing right there.
Yeah, absolutely. Right. I think you definitely have to have Mommy on there. I think you have to have La Primera. Yeah. I think you're definitely going to have you better have Io Sky defend the belt against somebody. I don't care. I don't give a damn who it is.
She has to.
It better be her. And I
some Roman Reigns crap with her.
I think you get Tiffy time on there, and I think that's when Naomi cashes.
I was gonna say that's when Naomi cashes. Naomi's cashing in that night. She has
no doubt.
Yeah, so I think that'll be interesting. But yeah, I agree with you. At least 8 deep match. I think it's going to be a long night, and it's going to be worth it because all the women deserve it. I think Lola Vice is.
You better take it easy there, buddy.
Be careful. Okay? Your heart can't take all of this.
Come back to reality, really my man.
I don't have a defibrillator. We have no time.
I know.
Your heart can't take this.
My wife is a medical assistant, so she can take care of me. But
is she prepared for that, or is she just gonna relax on the couch?
Somebody better be. till death do us part.
Is
No,
your
I
insurance
think
up to date?
yeah, it's hers.
That's good. That's good. That's good.
Through Yale, so it's pretty good. No, I mean, honestly, I think you'll get NXT. I think you'll get a North American match. I think you'll get the
Mhm.
title match there. There's just a lot of opportunity. I can't wait for that. That's mid-July. That's gonna cook. I can't wait for that. My Avery can't wait either. So
I think what's going to happen with that is they're really good. TKO is going to have an opportunity to see who gets the biggest pops, who are their heaviest hitters, because they can really do a lot of test run with this that they can't do normally. I mean, we're going to be able to see who they think they can build the biggest cards, the best storylines going into the latter part of the year. And that'll give us an idea who's going to be moving up, who's going to be moving out. I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see some cuts after that.
Yeah, I hope not, because that all they're trying to do is shed salary out, and it's ridiculous. But I think you get Julia getting her title shot at Evolution 2. So there's a lot of ways that can go. And we haven't even gotten into Aaron AB. Let's finish it off with Bailey and Becky. We were talking about it in the chat.
Watch your heart there, Aaron. Watch your heart.
I'm gonna start palpitating now.
I mean, listen, I'll give you a chance to cook, but honestly, it didn't connect. Becky did a lot of the heavy lifting in that. Bailey is so good. She just can't get her point across in a promo. It just doesn't click. It doesn't.
It got a little better. I agree with you. I think she's still trying to do a little bit of soul searching. I think she needs to go back to her original persona, the hugger, whatever else she was going to be when she was first came in.
Yeah.
Because that's who she is. She's not a villain. She's not a heel. It's just not her personality. And trying to get her over as one is just not working. So they need to let her kind of rinse and repeat, go back to her roots and start over. That's the best way to do it.
In this one. She's not the heel in this one. She's the baby face.
Right. But she needs to go back to that original persona, because I feel she's kind of stuck in quicksand. They kind of muddied the waters with her when they tried to put her, like when she was with Damage Control and everything else. It damaged her. Now they have to play Damage Control with her character. They need to let her do more. I mean, I'm still mad they left her off the WrestleMania card. Like,
yeah,
it's just.
But this is her oppie, right? This is her.
I understand that, but still, like, psyche wise, if that was me, I'd be like, well, I've been one of the 4 horsewomen. I started this whole women's evolution, and now you're going to do me dirty like this just to do that with Becky. Like, I'd be pissed too. Like, I don't care what you say. Like, she can say I'm not mad about it. That's a shot to the ego. You're one of the best women wrestlers. You got to get out of your own head. So they have to give her something to kind of push the reset button in her brain. It's kind of like, I'm going to use a baseball analogy. When you got a hitter that's struggling, you put him up against a crappy pitcher and get his confidence back. Let him hit a couple home runs or get a few hits. So you got to give her something to work with.
But they're giving her Becky's teeing it up for her. She's coming. She can come in with an edge, and she just couldn't get it across. I think she did a good job of really painting Becky in that light of, she's desperate for the attention. You were afraid that you weren't going to be booed or cheered or what have you, get no reaction. But it took Becky to get it out of her to get it there. And then it's like I said in our messages, like, she stumbles and then she falls back on, you stupid idiot. Like, it's just like, oh, come on. Like, think on your feet.
Yeah. Let her push the reset. That's the only thing I could think of. Let her go back to that bubbly personality. Maybe that's what the trick is for.
But the edge is there. You got something. You got to lean into it.
It was too pleady. It wasn't, it just didn't have, like you said, she said stupid idiot. It just didn't give anybody the chance to feel anything towards it other than, and that was the hardest part, right? Because Becky's going so hard. We hate her. We love to hate her right now. We're really enjoying hating her. And because we really enjoyed to hate her, Lyra went over right now. I mean, y'all know I've never been a fan. And now I'm like, oh, okay. But I'm getting the same feeling. And I don't want to feel this way about Bailey. But I was like, ugh, like you can't have that much heat from Becky. And I agree, Aaron. She doesn't feel like she has the confidence,
right,
to sell the feud.
It might be in her head though, because
Yeah.
creatives probably already told her you're not going over this time.
Yeah. Yeah. That's not the point, right? You're just here. You're a catalyst. This is not.
Right. So
And I
how's that
think-
going to help you?
She's got to pull a Tiffy Stratton and put herself over.
yeah, she's going to have to.
Right.
Because-
But what I'm saying is, if she already knows the end game is for her not to take that strap off of Becky anytime soon, you could try your best to get over it. But at the end of the day, what's the point of it? Because you're not going to get the strap from her.
Well, I think the reality is, and I know we touch on this just a little bit, but I think there's a little bit deeper into play right now. And I think everybody, especially women, but across the board, have to think about the fact that if TKO is looking to streamline, every time you get a mic, you have to put yourself over. Every time you get in the ring, you have to put yourself over. So yes, if the long-term play, she's not getting the strap, we get that. But the reality is, if she's not selling herself, we were all shocked with when Dakota Kai was gone, right?
Yeah. But are we?
No, exactly. Are we? Because the reality is we've been talking about this every single podcast, NDT, every single Backstage Business. The women are on fire. We have so many women that we know that on NXT need to come up, right?
Yep.
They brought a couple, but there are so many more. We see some great heavy hitters. And the reality is you can't be anymore a great wrestler, but not a great promo. You can't be a great promo, but not a great wrestler. You're going to have to be both. And I'm sure for Bayley, with them pulling her off the Mania card, to your point, Aaron, she's shaken, but she's going to have to find it, because the reality is TKO's not given chances now.
Or
they're just going to cut and go. They're just going to say, okay, it didn't do what we wanted. Let's find somebody else that can do it.
is it because she was at the top of the heap for so long?
Mm-hmm.
Because there wasn't as many people below her that were better. Are we now seeing that Bayley maybe not as good as she was because these other people are much better?
Yeah.
I think to your point, you had shows back in the day dominated by the men, right? And
Absolutely.
women didn't have to cut promos like they do now. Like they didn't even get an opportunity to cut promos like they do now, right? So now you have to be able to work the mic, and you have to be able to get yourself over. Bayley was able to get herself over in her ring work. Nobody disputes that she can work in the ring, but now she has to work the mic, and it's a different animal because, to your point, NXT is coming.
Yeah.
You got Blake Monroe that's back. You got Jada Parker. You got Lash Legend. You still got Jordynne Grace that hasn't gotten her, is going to get moved up at some point. You got Sol Roca. You got Lola Vice, who, I love. Stacey is
you love half the damn roster.
I know, but they
We're gonna start calling you Booker. They should say Barry Booker Jordan.
Yeah.
Shouldn't say Mr. Say Barry Booker.
We're gonna make a Slammy Award for him and Dirty Dom, Bachelor of the Year.
You should. But all the women on NXT, Jada, Lola Vice, and Jordynne are the next three, and you could make an argument for. I think those are the next three. Jada Parker for sure. It's the next one that's going to come up, right? So if you don't get in where you fit in, like Jacob Fatu, you're right. TKO is going to be like, all right, I can't do anything with you. Good luck in TNA or good luck in AEW.
There is no
Just keep it
loyalty.
above.
There is no loyalty, and we've proven that. The only thing that saved our truth is the millions and millions of us that lost our crap and went on a social media tirade. I can't tell you how many things I said. I'm so sorry in advance that my kids are going to see me lost my mind. But the reality is that's not going to happen every time, right? And we are already
for Carlito.
Right. We're seeing the writing on the wall. So she's going to have to find out, if she can't cut the solid promo, she's going to have to dive deep into social media. She's going to have to find a way to sell herself and make herself valuable, because unfortunately, I really do believe that after Evolution, we're going to see some changes, because I think that they're going to use that to decide what they're going to do with SummerSlam in the back half of the year. And to your point, Aaron, the $3 billion that they're in the hole, they're not going to wait till the end of the year. We're going to start seeing regular quarterly cuts, and we're about time for our next set. So if you're getting the chance of a storyline, you're going to have to sell it, or there's going to be
to run with it.
What I think needs to happen is my tribal cheeks needs to seek out the person that helped the tribal chief and go sit with Paul Heyman, who is the wise man, and say, what do I need to do? What do you see? She's got to pick his brain, because I don't think this character by her is by design, by creative. This is her problem, and I'm sure it's fixable, but she needs to go sit with Heyman for a couple of minutes, hours, however long it takes. He will help her get it right.
Or if this doesn't go through, she aligns herself with someone that she can do tag team, that can cut the promos where she's the heavy hitter from a wrestler, and she finds a partner that's a promo. Because we just heard that Natalya and Maxine are now wrestling partners, and we know with Liv going out, we're going to have an opportunity to see some women's tag team opportunity. So she's got to figure it out. If she can't do it on her own, she can't get to Heyman, she can't get that support, she's going to have to just put her claws into somebody that's going to be promo heavy, that they can balance out for a tag team women's future. Because I think those are the only two ways you're going to survive this next group of TKO.
Yep.
But I don't know if she can do it promo wise. I just never seen her do it. I just don't know if she can. I don't, and I hope she can. I want her to. I want her to succeed, because part of me was empathetic to when she was on Chris Van Vliet, his podcast, and said, I don't know why I'm not up there. I don't know. And we all know why. It's your promo work. You're not getting it yourself over. You got to do it. So
like,
I hope she does.
Acting lessons. Like, go to Heyman or find a place to get some, because that's where it is, right? There's no connection to the believability. It's flat.
Yeah, she's got to pull it out. She's got
look where Heyman took Roman on the mic.
Yeah, for real.
He was terrible on the mic. Now you couldn't wait to see Roman pick one up. Like
he was afraid to be on a mic.
Yes,
like,
he was.
John's like, hey, this is a promo. You know what I mean?
If you want to do big dog, you got to do it. Yep.
Yeah, and to go from that to where he is now, it's night and day. So
incredible.
Oh God, I hope
Heyman's a genius.
He really is, and that's why Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker, the Bronsons, I think they're calling themselves. They're going to be the tag team that's going to elevate that division. They're going to take the titles.
They have to, because the fact that we're only seeing the tag team title holders during commercials. I mean, I tell you guys every week, hey, we're seeing New Day's during the commercials. Yeah.
When's the last time they defended their belt? So, what are we doing? But listen, it's a mess. It's an absolute mess. I don't know if there's anything else you want to hit. I think we hit it all. I mean, we finished the show with Mr. Bailey's neighborhood over there, right? Get your girl on the show. I'm rooting for her.
Me too.
But it's going to be a good SmackDown. Cena versus R-Truth, Ron Killings. My apologies, but I thought, I was like, why are you calling him Ron Killings? That's his name. That's his gut. Put some respect on his name. You know what I'm saying? Put some respect on it. So
he's the only reason why this is making any.
Yeah. Thank God he's back. So we talked about it at length on NDT. Him cutting his hair was really, it was just something. It was just something to behold. So he's just one of those guys. He gets it. You know what I mean? And he's going to run with it and make this thing work for him. So it's going to be fun to see that match and then where they go from there. But, another great Backstage Business show. TKO's $3 billion in the hole. Just remember that. That's why you got PLEs every other week.
Yep.
So, the next one's Night of Champions and then Evolution and then on to Saturday Night Main Event, right? Saturday Night Main Event's in there somewhere.
Yeah.
So, whatever. AB, thank you for coming. I know you plugged the tickets. You can plug it again, plug your show, whatever you want to do. We appreciate you. Get us out of here, bro.
Yeah, guys, thanks again. Once again, guys, I'll be at Fanatics Festival this Saturday. Anybody watching the stream, please keep an eye for the reels. I will be posting a reel. You come find me. Got 2 autograph sessions, one with Kevin Owens, one with Damian Priest. Come find me. Make sure you're following the Executives View and the Nonsense and Deep Thoughts podcast. Check that out. Get your ticket. Go get your autograph for Sunday. It's all good. All set to go. You don't have to pay a dime. It's also including the authentication of the autograph that's done for the day. So Go do it. Get it taken care of. Meet one of your wrestling stars. Guys, once again, I appreciate it. I feel like family here. I appreciate you guys having me on.
Absolutely, you are a family. So thank you, AB. I appreciate it, and definitely tag us in that so we can get that out for you. Absolutely love it. All righty, Stacey, your girl's here, sleeping it off.
Oh, I
Sleeping
love
it off.
you.
She's tired. She's tired today. She's
Oh
tired
yeah.
today.
Summer
But,
summer work is hard work, man.
It's hard.
Summer
It's
is
hard work. Look at this pretty.
That's
you
right.
know?
That's right.
But yeah, absolutely. Get us out of here. It's great to see you as always.
As always, I love the fam, love my WWE peeps. Looks like we're up again in a couple weeks. Looks like that might be 4th of July week. And then the following week is all the big stuff. We've got Saturday Night Main Event. We've got Women's Evolution. So I know we've been kicking around another potential NDT Backstage Business. We'll get the word out there when we get those set up. Everybody have a great rest of the week and enjoy SmackDown because I can't wait to see what happens.
Absolutely. Good to see you, Stacey. Love it. I love it. Listen, another great show. It was even better because Sirius wasn't here. He knows that I got nothing but heat for him. I hate you, Sirius. Nah, that's my boy. I love him. He was busy working on his day off. But I don't do it. It's your boy, Sirius. But listen, the villain's here, Mr. Ripley. I appreciate everybody for watching. If you are watching on YouTube, watching on Facebook, we're also on Instagram. Special shout out to the Queen, to AB, Coach in the background, supporting us as always. Listen, if you like the show, share the show, tell a friend. We're doing a lot of things. We're definitely going to link up with NDT. Those boys are great. Listen to their show. They're usually on Tuesday nights, I believe, Tuesday or Wednesday nights, but they do a lot of great stuff. They're all over the place. I finally got on the show with them. I had a lot of fun there, and I'm sure we'll be back again. But listen, until we meet again, we're here. We're doing big things. We love you. Peace.